Good afternoon, folks. It's midday on the 6th of July, and this is the Models for Heroes Modelling Mayhem session. At the moment, it's just myself and Gary. Say good morning, Gary.
Good morning.
Malcolm will be with us in a bit, and I'm sure people will sort of pop in and out as we go along today. So, how are you doing, Gary?
I am doing the very best, thank you, Steph. How about yourself?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
That's good.
How's your Randy Rover coming on?
It's nearly done. A wee bit of more weather and detail to be done this afternoon on it. Fixed the jump bay and another Milan system, and that would be it done. Just waiting for figures to come now so I can get it all figured up with the 3 Land Rovers and put it on the base, and that's the 3 of them done.
Nice. And then your next project is?
It is going to be this Apache.
Cool. Do you want to move it forward so people can see the box art a bit better? That's
that one
it.
there.
Cool.
It's 148. I'm going to be entering this into James's air warfare competition. I'm going to be entering this one. Wee bit nervous because I've only built ever one big helicopter, and that was years ago. So I am a wee bit worried about it, but hopefully I can do it justice.
Cool. I'm sure you will, mate. I'm sure you will.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Just to pull myself out of my comfort zone to building aircrafts and stuff.
Yeah.
So instead of just building vehicles the whole time, I'd like to do a wee bit more model making into aircrafts, things like that.
Well, you've got that one, and you've also got the Tonka as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Let's bring Keith in, because Keith has just turned up. Good morning, Keith.
Good morning. That's right. Sorry I'm late. My computer went into update mode again.
Oh, yes. I had that this morning when I came into my shed. How are you, Keith?
Every time you try and get quick. I'm fine. Yes.
Good.
I'm doing well.
Good. What have you got on your bench today?
Well, I nearly had a shoe, but then it needed some sewing. I've got the Evo stick for it, so when Caroline's done the sewing, I'll get the shoe to glue. I have my truck. My First World War standard B truck.
All right.
From ICM, which I'm putting together.
ICM. What scale?
1/35th.
Cool. So you've normally got 2 things on the go. What's the other thing?
I haven't been able to go out and spray painting yet. But I have my clown. Hang on, let's remove a bit more light, because he's the clown with the little girl, the scary clown and the little girl.
The clown from It.
Yeah, the Dark Star Miniatures gentleman.
Yes, the scary clown.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I have him. I doubt if I'll do much with him today. But I have ordered my lunch in case Malcolm comes and joins us.
Yes, I've got to go and get mine.
Oh dear. So no, I have the truck, so I've got some bits and pieces to do on the truck, so I've got enough to keep me going today.
Nice.
That's all right. I've had a busy morning on the internet, and in the Modeller's Mess there was a inquiry about sizes of model people.
Okay.
And I did the calculations and worked that out this morning. So
all right, cool.
So for 1/35th and the other scales, you know which size figures to look for. But I did that. There was a query query on the modeller's mess this morning, so I've answered that one.
Nice. So I'll have to go and have a look at that and mark and write those down, because it's really a bit of a pain when you go looking for figures and you know you've got to get 1/35 figures, and they're saying, well, it's 58 mil or it's 64 mil. It's like, which one's which?
It was a comment by Gary Morton in the modeller's mess.
Cool. I will go and have a look at that.
But he said he's got a fairly large figure, but it works out quite well. So what is it? 1/24 scale, 76 mil high, 52 mil tall for a 1/35 scale, and 38 for a 1/48.
Cool. So
and that just works out at the average for a 6 foot tall figure.
Cool.
So you can go up and down, but you know roughly where you are then.
Yeah, definitely.
But I always struggle with that, you know, and you sit there with a calculator in the shop thinking, now what size figure did I need?
Yep. It's a bit of a nightmare. And then you've got to convert it from inches, feet and inches into centimeters and meters. And then you've got to divide it by the figure you need to divide it by. Oh, it's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it?
No, it's dead easy. An inch is 25.4 millimeters.
Yes, that's what I mean. You've got to convert that.
That's easy. And 6 foot 72 inches, multiply that by 25.4, and that gives you the height for a 6 foot man. Yeah. So it's just got to be rough, really, because we all vary in height.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I'd only reach 6 foot with Elton John's boots. Oh dear, so we got to be a bit older to realise.
Yes, I know that one. Yep, I'm about the same as well.
Yeah.
Right, before I go through what I'm doing, let's go through some comments. Thomas Charles has posted a couple of GIFs. First one is of a cow in a blonde wig, so referencing Sunday morning. We did have some mooing earlier, but that seems to have stopped. And the second one is a couple of people doing a silly dance in a wood shop. Then he goes on to say, Rom Aru fruitcakes, Steph Tor going to ruin ek Tanash ve Kawal Nash Aru, which is Vulcan.
And that looks like Klingon again.
It's Vulcan. Because then he's put a link below it. English to Vulcan, Vulcan to English translator.
Yeah.
So the next one, Rob Tonks, hi all, doing the wash on the 135th Sherman by Asuka for an hour, then back to chores for a bit. Cool. Good to see you, Rob. Pop some pictures up on the mess. Let us know what's going on. And then Mark Andrews says, Gaz, what camera setup are you using there, pal? Is it on a tripod?
Yes, it is on a tripod. It's one of those selfie stick ones. I got it in the shop here in Enniskillen. I don't know the name of it.
Carphone Warehouse?
Yeah, Carphone Warehouse. That's where I got it. Yeah, Carphone Warehouse. It was £15.
Cool. Right, so what am I on to? Tonka's taken a bit of a back seat at the moment. Lots of things drying on it. So I'm also doing a Mitsubishi Raiden J2N5 1/32 scale from Asigawa, and it is an awesome kit. Cockpit I'll be decaling in a bit. Back and painting. The inside of the main fuselage is awesome because it's got these spars which make sure everything, and I've done a dry fit on it and it fits brilliantly. It's absolutely amazing fit. The figure's fantastic. And also, you know how when you get a model and the wings don't fit properly, you've got to tape them up at an angle so you don't get that horrible scene by the fuselage. Well, what they've done is you've got some bracing spars, and they actually bring the wing into the correct position, which is absolutely fantastic idea. I love it. That is brilliant. So I'm just doing the wings as well this morning. But that is going in for James's air warfare, and it's also going in for the Saturday Night Crashes VJ Day. So I'm having fun. So it's a nice large scale, so my fingers can wrap around it. Oh, so let's crack on with some deckling. Oh, hello, Caroline.
A healthy lunch as well.
That's right. You were muted.
Come on, what have you got?
Vegetation.
What? No meat?
I got some. Is it ham?
Oh, you got
There's a
some
bit of ham. There's a bit of meat in it, a little bit, yes, but it is healthy.
Cool. Oh, it looks like we've got Malcolm waiting in the wings. Are you ready, Malcolm? Oh, here he comes. Finally, glad you could make it, mate. Up. Has he got his microphone on?
Yes, I've been ready for a couple of minutes. I was just chuckling. Hello, everybody.
Morning, afternoon, Malcolm.
Afternoon.
If we can just quickly go through a couple of comments. Mark Andrews says, cheers, mate. GoPro, Gary?
No, I'll stick with what I have, thank you.
Sorry?
I'll stick with this wee one I have.
He's asking you if it is a GoPro.
No, it's not. No.
What is it?
Selfie stick on a tripod.
What video are you using? What camera are you using? Is it a phone camera?
Of my phone camera.
Right. Cool. Mark Bridge, it says, give me half an hour and I'll be there. Okay. And then Thomas Charles says, Malcolm's flipped. Right then, Malcolm, what is on your bench and how are you?
I'm fine. What's on my bench first? Right. What is on my bench? That's a good question. Let me see which buttons I need to press to change it. There we go. Glue and bits and pieces. So I did a little bit extra. I was a bit cheeky, and I did a bit extra modelling while off air. Yeah, all these bits got stuck on and made. This is part of the legs. Are we over here? And that's probably all dry by now. That was done over the weekend. Did a bit of modelling just by myself. And then I got these bits, which are the top of the back of the knees. That you see really close up on the film. There's like a spinny bit, but not actually represented very well here. But there's like a spinny thing, and it comes along and stops like that right in front of the screen. So that's that bit.
Cool.
And I've got these parts that I've completed, and this bit, and then I've just realised I thought that was enough. I thought it was, that was enough for 2 legs, but it's not, because I've got all these to do as well. So I'm going to do those today. And I was about halfway through cutting out the other day when I probably got fed up or fell asleep or something. So I'm going to carry on with that one. So yeah, just a little more paper bits and folding, and nothing really kind of coming together yet that even looks like an Ed 209, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm well, thank you. I'm not in pain today at all, which is a wonderful thing.
Cool.
I'm just on paracetamol now.
All right, so you're not on the Oromorph anymore.
No, I've come off that cloud. So I do apologise about my unprofessionalism on Friday.
There was no unprofessionalism at all.
No, I know.
Very,
I enjoyed it.
very giggly.
I enjoyed it a lot. That's danger, I suppose, isn't it? Hey, Steph?
Yeah, it is. And I think quite a few of us can understand where you were. I can't take morphine or Oromorph. It turns, whereas you you become a giggler.
Mm.
Yeah. Me, I become really quite aggressive on morphine and oromorph, so I won't take it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who take tramadol, which is my preference, it puts them to sleep.
Yeah.
It does the opposite to me.
And people react differently to different
I
things.
go hyper.
Yeah.
I go hyper with it. So yeah.
Yes, but yes, I do feel much better. Thank you very much.
Good.
Still on the very limited diet. I had a breakfast of pills this morning.
I saw.
And a jam sandwich and a pear. And that's what I had for my breakfast. I think I might be on the Keith diet.
Keith just had his, yes. Lots of vegetation and a little bit of ham.
I saw that. I was just chuckling at the Keith's kind of what do you call it, like passive aggressive complaint about the fact he's got no food on his plate. Oh, is there any ham? Oh, there is ham underneath the lettuce. There it is.
It's hiding.
What he meant to say was, "Thank you, my wife, for making me a sandwich."
Yeah. Now, where's me bloody meat?
Oh, it's funny.
I get bacon, lettuce, and tomato now occasionally.
On your birthday?
But there's more bacon and lettuce and more lettuce and tomato than bacon. You know, it's the ratios are changing.
That's right. That's a balanced diet, isn't it? Yeah?
Allegedly.
Apparently. No, you're looking very well on it, Keith. So she's obviously looking after you perfectly.
Malcolm.
Good morning, Gary. How are you?
Thank you.
Just thank you. Is that all we're going to get?
Thank you, Malcolm, so much for the book.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't looking at the screen. Hang on. I've lost where the screen is. Hang on a second.
I think we've all done that, Malcolm. Thank you for this. Held it up, and nobody's actually watching because we're all.
Sorry, I didn't see it at all. Right. I see. Oh, yes. You're welcome.
Thank you, Malcolm. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, mate.
Very much appreciated.
I got sent 4 or 5 copies of that, and I think that was the last one. So you're most welcome. So yeah, we a while back we tried to get into Bolt Action, me and Dave Oliver, but we just didn't have the time really to put our minds to it. But it is really good game, really good. I love the way that you pick who goes next. You don't take turns like in chess. I don't know if you know that, Gary. You have a dice bag, okay, and you have each die in there represents your units, and then there's another set of dice that represent the enemy's units or your opponent. And what you do is you take turns to take the dice out, and if it's your dice, then it's your go, and then you get to move one of your units, and then you leave the dice by the unit. And then someone else takes another dice out, and it might be your go again. So then you get to you go again, and then you might do another dice, and it's you again. So you get 3 goes all in one go. But of course, which is great because you get to kill a load of their units. But of course, then they've got 3 goes in a row
against you.
So it's really clever the way it works. You know, it's not just you go then I go. It's kind of a bit more fluid. I like it. I love it. But like I say, I haven't got the space all the time to build an army. I haven't got a big door to put down to to terrain and things. But I love watching it. You know, I love watching it, and it's a great rule set for all sorts of different scales. I know Chris Duncan. I don't know if he's watching, but I know Chris Duncan uses the rules, but with a smaller scale, so you can have bigger armies. Yeah,
right.
So he uses like 176. No, I think it's possibly smaller. Tanks and artillery and things, and then just has a huge battle, which is really cool. I know everybody in the chat. Are you doing chat, Steph?
Yep, I'll do chat. Give me a sec. So Al Glennie has said hi, Plastaholics. Morning, Al. Thomas Charles. Oh, Keith, what are you munching there, Keith? Ha 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 ha. Lots of rabbit food and a little bit of protein. Thomas has then gone on to say, make sure you brush your teeth immediately after oromorph. Okay, why is that? And then Thomas Charles said, salad is important. What else is my food going to eat? That's very true. Very true. So come on, Thomas, why should you clean your teeth after having oromorph? Or maybe Caroline can tell us.
No, she's gone to work.
Not your Caroline.
Oh yes, Malcolm's Caroline.
She's a doctor.
I just asked her. She has no idea.
No, that's a deer with no eyes.
Yeah. I think it's probably the high sugar content. Probably just destroys the enamel in it.
Could be.
Or you're after taking it so high, you end up biting electric cables or something. I'm the king of the world.
You certainly were on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, I was in the Mile High Club. No, that's something else. I was in the.
You were flying.
I was.
Without the need of a jet engine. Or wings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming back to your earlier conversation about the war games, Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
When I used to play squad leader many years ago, we modified our rules slightly because we were fighting the majority of it in 1/72nd scale because tanks and everything were available quite well and aircraft for your small skirmish, and we'd do the main battle and then we'd fight the small skirmish. But we always used a referee, and we used to start the game when we were playing in the room in the larger scale, and we didn't put anything on the table. We both had a map, and you put your moves onto the map, and then you showed it to the referee. So you were fighting the game to begin with nothing going down on the. Actually, it was on the floor. It was in a large room. And all of a sudden, the referee would tell you to put something down, or you put 2 of your tanks down, or whatever.
So it simulated the fog of war.
And then, because they come into visual, they were visible by the enemy. So as soon as the other person could see it, you put what you could see. One of he had to put them down. Then, if somebody took a shot at it, if it was completely destroyed and nobody saw the muzzle flash, he didn't put down where the shot came from. Your tank was just destroyed.
Yeah, I think there's a similar.
And you carried on like that until somebody saw where the things came from. Then, as they were visible to you, gradually more and more appeared on the floor. It was quite a good way of doing it.
Yeah, there's a similar rule in bolt action, I think, where if a unit is trying to be stealthy, I think you have to roll to see if you can see them, and you have to write down on a piece of paper where they are either going to try and appear, and in what turn as well. So it's predefined. Yeah. There's no need for in these rule sets. There's no need for a referee. It's just done on trust, because everyone's there to have a bit of a fun.
Oh yeah. And we had a little periscope type thing that you put down on the floor, and that had graduations on it. And you put it down, and the thing you were shooting at, you moved your tank out the way, it down, and so you looked at the target you were shooting at, and of course that gave you the dice score you had to get to hit the target.
Yeah, it's good fun.
It was good fun. It was a good way of doing it because it kept it. I believe I hope it kept it actually. Sort of quite realistic because you could lose 3 tanks and not see where the shots came from.
Yeah. Yeah. It does take a long time, these war games, doesn't it? You have to really block out a big ton of time.
Yes.
Unless you can just leave them up and walk away.
That was the advantage we had. It was a large room in a big house, and we could fight. We could fight there for 3 or 4 days, and nobody worried about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Thomas says, oromorph your teeth.
Oh,
And-
yes.
And then he goes on to say that he's put photos up of Thunderchild
Ooh.
on the Modeller's Mess, and they are stunning. Absolutely stunning.
When did he put them up?
This morning, about 10-15 minutes before we started.
Oh. Refresh. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh,
Yes, my sentiments exactly, Malcolm.
oh come on.
Mine were, oh, why do I bother?
What? See, what I think he's done. Well, I think what he's done, actually, is just gone and taken photographs of the inside of a ship and then used Photoshop to make it look like it's a model. That's what I've done.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you, mate. Completely and utterly.
Yeah, that looks great. I mean, those interior shots with the stairs and the little dude and oh god, yeah, that's great. Well done, mate.
Oh, Malcolm, don't encourage him, please. Give the rest of us a chance.
I'm just gonna go on mute a sec.
He's going to have a chunter now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a cry. No.
I love the use of the filters as turrets.
Yeah, that is just mad thinking. That's just seriously thinking outside the box, isn't it?
But that's the important thing about going somewhere and looking around. This is like where we said about going out and buying stuff in some of these bargain warehouses and that. You go in there and you look at things and you just look and see what will do what you want.
Yeah. Right, if you're watching, chuck us a comment. Let us know what you've got on your bench. Have a chat. Malcolm, he won't see that because that's gone through to YouTube. But Thomas, just so you know, Malcolm said interior looks fab, Thomas. Clever stuff. Thomas has said to Malcolm, if you want to Malcolm Z209 build again, he has taped most of it. He certainly has. Alright, so I need 25 and 22.
Okay, I'm muted again. Yeah, I typed that into the StreamYard chat, and it went to you're right. It went to YouTube and not Facebook.
Yeah.
But it says at the bottom, I see. No, I misread it. You can't post comments to some destinations, so you can. Yeah, if you click on the little drop-down box next to it, you can select what you send it to, but it won't let you Facebook it. Well, Thomas will never know what I said. The interior looks really good, Thomas.
He does, because I told him.
Got you. Love it. Oh, these bits here, super fiddly. I'm really glad I didn't do it on camera because I actually got them done. Can't really tell, but this strip was 2 sides, and then there was a panel, and then this bit was kind of sticking off at the side, and it was a real difficulty to get it together. But I did it. I've got another one there.
Yeah.
It would have been easier if they had done the normal cylinder and then just had a part that cut out here. That'd be easier, but anyway, that's what they did.
Yep, it's looking really good, Malcolm, that is.
Yeah, don't look too close.
Yeah. It's a bit like my work. From a distance, it looks great.
Yeah.
But you get too close, and it's like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, if you view mine from about 150 feet with bad binoculars, it looks good. I think on Sunday, I showed it really, really close using my close cam, like things like that little mistakes.
Yeah.
Clean up. But I'm still considering respraying it all and then repainting it. And,
okay.
Putting some extra detail on things like on the back of the head here. They just got these wires as printed on. I could put some wires on.
Yeah, make them look pretty.
Yeah, the lights and all the bits and pieces, like all these rivets and stuff. I could quite happily re-rivet it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, don't know. We'll see. As I said before, I see how fed up I am with it by the end. So, Gary, did that arrive this morning? That book, or did it arrive? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Malcolm. Very much appreciated.
You're welcome. Hope you enjoy it.
I'll have a couple of hours, maybe reading this afternoon at it.
Yeah, that's right. I think. Yeah, I can't recommend a particular video, but there's a couple of really good YouTube videos on the basics of bolt action, how to start.
Yes.
There's a group, I think they're up in Northern Ireland actually, who do a really good Facebook channel. I'll look at it later, but we'll talk about it later on. But there's lots of how to start all the basics of the game and things like that.
Very much appreciated, now, Malcolm. Thank you.
No worries at all.
Thomas Charles says, how does someone with such massive hands do such delicate painting? Love that, Gary. Then he says, if you get a curved bit of paper, Malcolm, put it under a ruler and the cutting mat and put it in the direction of the curve. It will naturally curve the paper.
Oh, like
fabrics, so it does not light against you.
Oh, right. And natural curve against the fibers, yeah. So it doesn't. Right. Oh, is that like Is that like when you do ribbons at Christmas? You kind of pull them along and stretch them?
Yes, yes, where you put them on your thumb and the scissors and pull, don't you?
That's right, yeah.
And then they'll curl round.
You decorate your presents.
I always find a piece of newspaper and wrap it with that.
Yeah, I thought you might. I thought you might.
And a bit of baler twine.
You'd be lucky if it turns up in a plastic bag. A gift from Keith.
Yeah, but things though, at least you know who it's from.
Yeah. This is from Keith. This is not wrapped. Oh, it's got sooty fingerprints all over it.
Mm. Caroline's got her birthday in a few days.
Ooh.
And we went down and saw Peter.
Yeah.
And he had a delivery which came from Amazon. And he opened the box up and he pulled out the 2 endoscopes. And he looked at Caroline and said, "Oh, Mum, it's your birthday soon, isn't it?" And she said, "Yes." So he folds the box back up over. He said, "There we are." He said, "I've wrapped your present," and handed her the box. Because the other thing in there was a birthday present.
Right. Very thoughtful.
Mm.
Peter, for context, everyone, Peter is Keith's son.
Cool.
So you going to go out anywhere nice, or what are you going to try and do for Caroline's birthday then?
We've arranged to go and see my daughter and have a meal out with them.
Lovely. All socially distant, I hope.
Yes.
Yep. You have to blow the candles out for 2 meters
Yeah,
away.
Booked a space at a local pub.
Good.
Or my daughter's booked a space at her local pub, shall we say?
Yep. Yep. Lovely. Would have been the Romsey show this weekend, Keith.
Yes, it would have been. Yes.
Yeah.
My phone beeped on Sunday morning and reminded me that I was missing the show.
I know. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? I've kept all the reminders on. I used to just at the very beginning of the lockdown, I went through every event that I knew that was going to be cancelled and just cancelled them off my phone and the schedule. But now I just don't bother because they're all cancelled. There's no point. While you're on, Keith, just quickly talk shop. Could you contact the Flying Museum for us and find out what their restart procedure is for the sessions?
Yes, I will. I'll have a chat with them.
Because I know they've reopened to an extent.
I was having a chat with a friend of mine. He works with the tourist authority, with the tourist agency.
Yeah.
And I've asked him to send me some details about doing things in public place or, public meetings and see what he's got. I've got to be careful how I say this, haven't I?
Sorry, inappropriate laughter.
I can always let myself down.
Hopefully the advice came back as don't do anything that would get yourself locked up.
No, it wasn't from him. He'll encourage me to.
Oh, that is a proper mate. It'd encourage you and it'd be sat beside you in the cell as well, going, "We really messed up, mate, but by Christ, it was fun." That's a proper mate.
Yes.
Keith.
Well, you know what they say, the quiet ones are
But
always
yes,
the worst.
no, I will have a word with the Flying Museum and see what we're doing.
Awesome. Yep, I'll follow their guidance, what they want to do.
Yeah.
Where is that supposed to go? Oh yeah, Thomas says just like a ribbons. Good. Okay. Well, yeah, I'll try that. The tricky thing is, I mean, it's so small, you know, and it's not like strong like a ribbon, you know. But
No, it's not.
well, I did try and pre-curve it over here and just kind of roll it around, but well, it's okay. But yeah, it's a bit square there. Yeah, live and learn. Darth Vader is terrible at Christmas. He keeps filling your presents. Says Thomas. That's a good joke. Bad delivery. Thomas says, do you have kids, Keith? You don't look old enough. Oh, yeah. Thomas says, when you go to the Flying Museum, take a head torch. It's a bit dark. Ian, not kidding. You're not kidding. We had the model show they have. Well, it's not called a model show, is it? It's the Aviation Enthusiasts show. It's usually in November. They have they invite local model clubs and things, and one of our local model clubs gets invited, Newbury, which I'm part of. It's recommended that you bring your own lights, because the hangars, you know, they're perfectly fine if you walk around an aircraft, but if you walk into any of the parts that are not purposely lit, it's very, very dark. But they have had a refit.
But the problem is, with the aircraft that they've got in there, light is not a friend to them.
No, it's not.
So you deliberately keep the light levels down.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. I remember. Do you remember Peter Boyer when he was had his man models group shop? Do you remember that? And he was there, and he had to use his own phone torch to be able to see the stuff on his own shelves.
Yes.
It's so dark. But they've had a refit and a rethink lately, and I reckon it's probably much better.
I spoke to Peter on the weekend.
Oh yeah, good. Is he well?
He's reasonable. He's been struggling. He's been furloughed, and so he's been isolated at home for a long time.
Oh, he's had some health problems, isn't he? With his driver's license and all sorts of bits and pieces.
He's had health problems, and he's hopeful now. He's sent the forms in that he can get his driving license back.
Yes. Well, his job was driving around to different traffic lights things, wasn't it, or something?
It is, yes, but of course he can't. It was all right until the COVID, because he was travelling with somebody else who was driving the vehicle. But when the COVID hit, they couldn't have the two people in the same vehicle.
Gotcha.
So they had to furlough him.
Yeah.
couple of comments.
But yes,
there
I mean he's
as well.
he's full of ambitious
Upstairs, it's well
projects. Icarus and sunlight, yes.
There you go. Yeah. Upstairs is well lit in the Fly Museum because of the landing lights.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Night is not a good friend to aircraft. Rest in peace, Icarus. Very good.
Mhm.
Oh, these bits are tricky. Hear my wife doing the washing up in the background. I feel very guilty sitting here not helping. So what are these bits for? We've got two extra panels here to fold over. And looking at the instructions, maybe you can help me. People of the chat. Let's have a look. Where are they? Oh, the instructions are terrible. Right, okay. All right, let me share my screen. So, so you can see my bit on the left there. You've got these two little pieces here. Now this, can you see my cursor on the screen?
Yeah.
Don't know if you can. Okay. So the piece I'm working on here is this flat cube part here. Yeah, which then sits on this bit, which I've already done, which I showed you earlier. Now, these little recesses here are these bits. Yeah, that bit there is that bit there.
Yes.
And then coming around here, that's a flat edge. Yeah, yeah, where the cursor is, that's a flat edge there.
Right.
But on the flat edge bit, there's these two parts. So it's almost like there should be a curve for those to go around. Not a curve, but like a three-faced edge. It's not on that side, but it is on that side. So it doesn't show any of those edges have got a bevel to them, Do you think it's a mistake? Or because if I flatten that out, it's difficult to tell. It kind of goes to halfway through that. So I don't know if it's a mistake or not.
Puzzling.
It is. Maybe I'll look on the other one. If it's on the other one, then it's I'll have a look on the other one. If I can find it. Bear with me. It's probably
You'd be glad to get back.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, Malcolm. You'd be glad to get back to a plastic kit.
Do they still make them?
They do.
Yeah, so it is on the other one. Huh. But it doesn't. Right, I'm confused. I think I'm just going to leave it flat because from what I can tell, that square is flat and so is that one. And there isn't there's not an extra face on that. So I'm just going to leave it flat, I think. If it goes wrong, I can blame myself.
Blame me.
Yes, I blame Keith. Thomas says, can we have a bell or buzzer, please, for whoever is steering the ship for video chat? Announcing comments are going to be read. That way people don't overtalk over each other and get upset. Oh, yes, that's a good idea. The tricky thing is that everyone's got their own delays and volume controls and headphones or not headphones. And so there'll be, if one person's talking and then talks again, they can't hear if they're talking or not. So it means that, you have to kind of wait a little while to find out if they're talking or not. But they can't, then, of course, there's dead air. So it's not the best.
Mark's looking for the link for the show, Malcolm.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
It's on the thing. It's on the page. It's on the page, Mark. We're looking at it right now. Can you forward it to him then? Has he messaged you? Has he?
He put it up on the what do you call them? Steps page there.
Oh, he's found it. He's got it. Whoa. Oh, okay, go on then. Can't hear you though. You might be muted.
Well, I was told to put them up, Malcolm.
Wow. Wow. So go on then. What's the story?
Well, they said you had dietary problems, so stick any bags of sweets on.
Yes. Yeah, I can eat sweets. That's fine.
Oh, yeah? Oh, do you want a pack? I'll send a pack down.
Yeah, that'd be weird. That'd be really good. I just had my lunch delivered. Actually, it's what have I got in there? Yes, tomato sandwich, a satsuma, and a pear. There you go. That's my lunch.
Ah, a pair of what?
A pair of pear slices.
How are you, good sir?
Yeah, good. Oh, really well, thank you.
Good.
Considering, no, I was showing Steph this morning the plethora of pills that I'm on now.
Oh, blimey.
Which was for breakfast. I think I showed Gary as well on Sunday, didn't I?
You did. That was about 3 more than I would take in the morning.
Yes. So yeah, these guys are quite used to taking pills.
Yeah.
But you know, it's what it is. I'm just being a bit more careful about what I eat.
Good.
Treat my body like a temple now, not like a theme park.
Treat it like a temple. Does that mean it's Buddha?
Yeah, that's right.
We done that too, but we're still all broken crocs.
Brilliant. Love it. Yes. I will be for the foreseeable future being very, very strict on what I eat. So I don't want to feel that pain again. Good Lord. Thank you.
It's not nice.
No.
Any pain isn't good.
No. Talking about it with my wife, was talking about like if you've got pain on a limb, you kind of grab it and hold it, you know. But when it's internal, you can't sort of rub it or
No.
you know, you can't put any cream on it or anything like that. You just have to hope that it gets better internally.
Yeah.
It's not pain that I've had before, so still different.
Well, I'm sure all good will come of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chidgy. There it is. Oh.
That's good. Right, my wife's about to go on a call, so I might have to drop out the stream, unfortunately. We'll see how it goes.
Other than that, how is everybody else?
How are you? Anyone else? How is everyone else?
I was going to say no answer was a stern reply.
It's probably best to name people you would like to speak to, and then they'll
in
have
general, it was an open invitation for anybody to reply.
to open to all. Yeah, I'm okay. How are you? What are you up to?
Well, having rushed through work.
Yeah, you rushed home.
Because tomorrow we're in at stupid o'clock.
Oh dear.
Bloody royal visit.
Yes. How very exciting for you all.
No, it's an embuggerment.
Yeah. So they have they got a pre-approved list of people who are allowed to speak or meet with Princess Anne, or do you? Is she going to wing it?
Honestly, haven't got a clue. No doubt, I'm not going to be one of them. So.
Yeah. So say if you didn't know, you're probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
You would have had your briefing.
To be honest, I don't really care. It's it's just another bloody visitor. But hey ho, these things they say are sent to try.
Yep. Might get her hands dirty and chip in.
Well, apparently people were saying, "Oh, she's right down to earth and not like all the other royals or this, that, and the other." Ask me again Wednesday, and I'll probably tell you a different story. Oh, Your Royal Highness, are you well? Devil!
Careful.
Right, where's my fuselagers?
I'm sure you will be nothing but polite and civil.
Oh, but of course. That's not. No, that's metallic. It's black.
Right, it's flat.
Done.
There we go. Thomas says that royals must think that the paint on the walls is always wet.
Yeah.
Got a point there.
Why does everything smell of fresh paint?
All the time. No, that's just how it's how everywhere smells, obviously.
In the depot, we had to paint the grass red for Prince Andrew because Prince Andrew wouldn't land because there's a bit of a red carpet short from the Wessex onto the lantern pad, and he wouldn't get off the Wessex until we painted it red for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did that come from him or his staff?
That I couldn't answer. All I know is we were able to paint red, the paintbrushes, painting the thing red for him so he could land.
Did he serve Prince Andrew?
He did. He served in the Royal Navy. He used to fly helicopters, and
He was a helicopter pilot in the Falklands.
and he was our commander as well in the Royal Irish.
Yeah.
Not a nice man.
No.
No.
Dear.
In what way, Gary?
Just a very ignorant man. Just put it like that.
Okay.
I was glad when we heard we got rid of him.
I'll bet. I bet he was sweating like crazy under this Brian Epstein case or whatever his name is. I bet his old April were twitching.
Thomas says Princess Royal is one of the best. She's quite funny and knows that you've been waiting around and getting fed up. Thomas says I done loads of work with her while serving. She is one of the best. There you go.
Oh well.
I think that's the other thing. Until you actually really get to know people, you don't know what they're like, do you?
No, you
A
don't.
lot of
That's
the
very
time.
true. Very true, Keith.
I mean, lots of people think I'm nice.
Well, I didn't want to say anything, mate. I didn't want to burst your bubble.
And then they meet you.
Yes.
No Steph today, gentlemen.
He's there. He's had a bit of a wobble.
All right.
He'll be back. And the audio problems are getting to him.
All right.
He will return.
I've got this thing to assemble and then to try and cut out the masks, cut out the decals to use as templates for masking up. So I'm going to have a bash at spraying this rather than using the aforementioned decal list.
What decal sheet is it?
It's going to look like that. If I can line it up.
Yeah. That's nice. Is that a T2? T4?
No, it's a 100 series.
Oh, well,
It's
okay.
a two-seater, but it's not the training version. BAE Systems Hawkmark 120D. So,
Oh, what's that for? What's the markings on it then? What's that from?
BAE Systems Wharton, Lancashire, England, 2008.
Okay.
Nothing specific. Well, it's either that or an all grey bird or an all black bird. So I thought I'll go for the challenge and do that. And somebody challenged me to, you can airbrush them on. You don't need to use the decals. And there's me like a pilot giving it. Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Wow.
Not realising what I've probably bitten off.
Well, you know, if it all goes wrong, at least you've got the decals then.
I like this man's thinking.
Yeah. Just don't spray it too thickly. Be fine.
No, I shan't.
I mean, some of the guys that make their own masks and things, they do amazing stuff with.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, painting roundels and things like that. I know Mal Mayfield, who's one of our volunteers. He does his own masks and he's got his own little company going on, and he does awesome stuff with it. You know.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just getting down to the technique and knowing what works and what doesn't.
Yes.
As with all things.
That's right. I won't say it's out of my comfort zone, but it's not far off.
Yeah. It would be for me, certainly. I don't think I've ever masked anything that's
What you're doing is just stretching yourself a little bit more.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit more.
The thing that makes it worse is it's 1/72.
Is it? Oh, well, that's different. I didn't know that. Oh, crikey, I see it now. Now I look at the screen.
Oh, yes.
Thomas says Mark is doing Star Wars again.
Thomas, bugger off. How are you, Thomas? If he's on to the evening session, I promise I'll wear a baseball cap.
There's nothing wrong going bald, Mark.
There is when your mates constantly take the rise. Used to it.
At least you don't be called Egbert. That's what I get called.
Why Egbert?
I don't know. That's what an ex-par nickname me. Egbert.
Ah. Oh, I see some movement on Steph's thing. Steph, I've just closed your thing down, mate. If you're going to pop in, just hit the button. I'll give me a thumbs up and I'll do it.
No, do I or do I not have a like? No. So, Brian, nose weight on. Ooh, blue. Boards. No.
I'll be back in 2 minutes, Malcolm, okay?
Okay. So they think it's a Star Wars kit, do they? Cheers, Thomas. Take care, mate. See you tonight. Thanks for coming, boy.
Hey, you got a light, boy? Hey, you got a light?
What's with the Star Wars comment then? Is they're saying it looks like a X-wing or something, that plane?
No, he says every time I bend forward, because I lost a part last night and I was looking for the second control stick, and I'm sort of like looking over my bench, and because of my bald spot on the back of my head, it said it looked like the Death Star at the beginning of Star Wars. He's a git, but it was all taken in good banter.
Pot calling the kettle back, maybe. No, I don't think he's bald, is he, Thomas? He's got a good full head of hair.
That's just reminded me here in that glug. I've got a cup of tea downstairs.
Oh, there you go.
Back in a minute, chaps.
That's my lemonade I have here.
Well, I had a glug of something, so.
It doesn't look like lemonade, does it? It's like water. But it is lemonade, I promise. Right, I'm going to eat some food. So I'm going to mute my mic. I'll pop Steph back up. Yo, Steph.
Welcome.
Hey, buddy. You okay?
Nope.
Do you want to... are you okay to take the stream for a minute, or shall I...
yeah, I'll be fine.
For a bit? Okay. I'll mute myself.
Steph, how the devil are you?
Not very talkative.
All right, mate.
He is back, boys.
Yeah, mate.
I went up there to get my whirly bird. I just had it all washed there.
Did you not get the missus to do it?
Oh, I think I got her to do enough last night.
Right back. That was yeah. So I had my lunch, and that was noticeably quick. Usually I have more than that. Never mind. I'm not growing boy anymore.
Yes, that's fine, Malcolm.
Mm. Yeah.
I can't do this anymore. I've got to go. I'll speak to you guys later.
Okay.
Okay, Steph.
Okay.
Okay, mate.
Cheers.
Oh dear, poor Steph. I'll chat to him later.
Malcolm, when I got first put on my diet, it was quite a shock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I suppose, you know, after I'd lost 25 kilos, I
Yes. Get used
I
to it,
realised
yes.
that I'd made quite a change.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. It's good for you,
Said,
but it's
"What
not
difference-"
nice, is it?
They said, "What difference does that make?" And I said, "Have you tried carrying a 25-litre drum of water about?" Oh, he said, "No, that's terribly heavy." I said, "Well, I've just got rid of one."
Yes, that's true. Yeah, when you put it into context like that, that's right. It makes it's worth it, I suppose. You know.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, my wife made me buy new suits and things like that.
Oh, so
I said,
had
"Why
to
the
stay.
trousers stay up?" She said, "You know," she said. I said, "The trousers still stay up." She said, "Yes, but look at the way you've pulled them in with the belt."
Yeah, it's just something I'm gonna have to get used to it, Keith.
Mm.
Okay. Right, where are we? All right, I think we'll close the broadcast down. We're back at 8 o'clock. We've got we'll probably have Dave on, I expect, and John as well. We've got more Modeling Mayhem coming up all through the week, so please tune in and join us. And we're also on YouTube as well. If you need the link, let me know, and I can pass it on to you. Right, cheers everyone. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. Everyone say
You're
goodbye.
welcome.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll try and
Bye-bye.
join you this evening.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.